So Pyra and Mythra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 are coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as Challenger Pack number 9. The two can swap in battle, much like Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard with Pokemon Trainer, or Zelda and Sheik of the older Smash games. Like many newcomers before them, there's a lot in the reveal trailer, so you know what that means. It's time to power up the old analysis machine to see what secrets and hidden details we can find. We'll be piecing together Pyra and Mythra's movesets, references in the trailer, and more. Before we start, I want to give a special shout out to two close friends of mine, Liam and TJ, for helping me find everything to go over in this analysis. With that out of the way, let's get into this. The trailer opens up like a cutscene from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, focusing on the main character, Rex. He searches for Pyra, who had gone missing. He checks with the rest of the main party members, and even returns to where Pyra had originally awakened. It serves as a nice nod to the journey in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and has Pyra missing, before Rex finally ends up in a foggy final destination. Pyra excitedly shares Smash invitation, which we haven't actually seen in a trailer since Min Min, before striking a pose for the splash screen. Interestingly, the poses for Pyra and Mythra's splash screens are identical to the official figurines for them. It's always great to see the subtle references Sakurai and the Smash team put together. Pyra blazes into battle, and Mythra awakens. For now, let's start the focus on Pyra's moveset. What's immediately apparent from the first scene we see Pyra in the game is that she uses fire with a sword to increase knockback, not unlike Roy. The first attack, which looks to be a downward aerial attack performed on Yggdrasil's altar, is a slash reminiscent of Marth's, coated with flames. Next up is an upward tilt, specifically a slash against Corrin, followed by what may be a side tilt to the left, against Richter, unleashing a wide upward slash ahead of her. A forward aerial is then performed, a wide slash filled with flames, making Pyra spin. In a move similar to Roy's standard special, we can see Pyra charge up her sword with fire, before slashing forward and slamming it down into the ground with an explosive amount of fire. We see it again in the next clip, used against Hero. Thanks to Rex's humorous commentary throughout the trailer, we know this is Pyra's side smash attack. While Pyra has several attacks that come directly from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Smash Flare seems to be an original attack made for Smash Ultimate, not unlike Shulk's Smash Art for the Monado. Speaking of attacks that come from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we get a good look at a few of them. The first that Pyra uses is Flame Nova against DK and Fox, and is most likely her standard special. She starts off by charging up, before unleashing a flaming spin attack that pulls the opponents in before launching them away. It seems similar to Toon Link's spin attack, but with added flames in range. Prominence Revolt is next, against K-Rool. It's an upward slash while Pyra leaps into the air, then stabs her sword down into the ground for an explosive finish. This is likely her up special, as it's similar to one of the Mii Sword Fighter's up specials, as well as Incineroar's. Following that, Blazing End strikes Captain Falcon on foreside. Likely the side special, Pyra throws her sword ahead of her, the blade spinning in circles, before it eventually stops in place. She jumps after it and grabs it, so perhaps this means it doesn't come back automatically? Well, if we look at it frame by frame, we see the sword stop spinning, before immediately being grabbed by Pyra. It's hard to say if this is because she entered a close enough range to automatically grab it, or if this means the sword returns to her like a boomerang. In some quick gameplay to follow, while Rex praises Pyra's strength, we get a look at a few more moves. Pyra starts by spinning her blade in the air, in what must be her neutral aerial, before jumping into what may be her forward or backward aerial as she curls up and spins a powerful slash with her blade. Skipping ahead a little bit, swapping between Pyra and Mythra is likely the down special, as is the case for all other transformation fighters. Once Mythra changes back to Pyra, we see a few more of this fiery fighter's moves, so let's keep going with Pyra's moveset before we change gears. Against Cloud, Pyra charges up what I believe to be a down smash, where she stands on one leg and spins with her blade and other leg outstretched, before striking a pose at the end of the attack. On the brand new stage for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the first battle we see is Pyra against Joker and Ike, where she definitely performs an up aerial here based on the arc of the slash, plus her falling animation. Finally, Pyra's final smash is Burning Sword, where she brings Rex in for a powerful, explosive strike. As a bonus, Rex comes in for at least one of Pyra's taunts, like Morgana does for Joker. From everything we've seen of Pyra's moveset, it's clear that she's a bit slower and more powerful. Now that we've finished up Pyra's, it's time to get into Mythra's moveset. The first attack we see is a large slash ahead of her, possibly a forward tilt. Against Byleth, we see Mythra fall in with the down aerial before quickly moving into a grab. We see she leaves her sword floating behind her as her hands glow, before grabbing Byleth and throwing them backwards with a kick. The first special move we see is Lightning Buster, an art from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Mythra charges her sword held high above her, before unleashing several strikes while spinning against Daisy. This is very likely her standard special move. What may be her side special is next, Photon Edge, which we can see her charging up before attacking Lucina 6 times in quick succession. This move is similar to Sephiroth's Octoslash, but it's unknown if the direction can be changed as freely. Ray of Punishment is next, and is seemingly her up special. Mythra slashes as she jumps up into the sky, then launches a small beam down her opponent. Chroma Dust is next, and is the only move Mythra uses to come from the Torna DLC to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Chroma Dust appears to be a variation of Ray of Punishment, as we can see the startup is identical, but instead of one beam fired, there's multiple. Judging by Mythra's animation after Chroma Dust, she may be sent into free fall after this is performed, if this and Ray of Punishment are indeed her up special. Foresight is the next of Mythra's moves, which is a special dodge that looks to be reminiscent of Bayonetta's Bats Within. It seems if Mythra is hit when the move is triggered, she'll quickly teleport away. I'm not sure which special move this is, though I wouldn't be surprised if this was incorporated into her dodging and shielding. During this focus on Foresight, Mythra also performs an up tilt against Terry. Skipping around a bit since this is when the duo begin to swap back and forth between each other, when Pyra swaps to Mythra against Link, she immediately moves into a down tilt, then up aerial. On the new stage, when Pyra swaps to Mythra against Ike and Joker, she immediately moves into a side smash, then uses an up smash to break the smash ball. Her final smash also brings in Rex, and the duo performs Sacred Arrow, an attack filled with quick consecutive multiple hits of light-based energy. From everything we've seen of Mythra's moveset, it's clear that she's much faster and lighter, most likely dealing less damage with her hits. Now that we've talked about both Pyra and Mythra's movesets, let's talk about the brand new stage coming with them. Likely to be called the Cloud Sea, this stage takes place on the back of Azurda the Titan, or Gramps as Rex calls him. The stage is relatively small, with a single platform on the left side. There's a wooden dock-like ledge to the left, and on the right, Azurda's neck and head seem to serve as another platform, constantly moving and changing. Various party members from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 appear in the background of the stage, riding on Azurda's back next to Rex's house. Nia with Dromark, Tora with Poppy, Zeke with Pandoria, and Morak with Brigid. Their appearance on this stage is very similar to the Phantom Thieves in Mementos, or the various fighters in King of Fighters Stadium. In the background of the Cloud Sea, various other large titans can be found. In order, we see Gormott, Mor Ardain, Indol, Uriah, and the Argentum Trade Guild. There's plenty of small details and nods to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 littered throughout the trailer. We already touched upon the splash screens being figurine poses, but there's more beyond that. This clip with Pyra, Squirtle, and Chrom is a cute little reference to Turters, the little turtle mascot to Zeke that's known for getting lost. Mythra at Palutena's temple may be a reference to her awakening scene in Elethra Ruins. This next clip could be a reference to two different things. Pyra versus a blue Joker and a dark armored Ike, with Nia in the background, could be a reference to an early game battle against Malos with Sever as his blade, or it could also be referencing Mythra's awakening scene. Ike represents Malos, and Joker represents Akos. Considering Pyra swaps to Mythra during this scene, I think this may be the more likely reference between the two possibilities, especially since it leads into the final smash. Pyra's final smash against Ganondorf and the Blue Inkling could also be a reference to a similar fight, but I'm not sure which one. Finally, at the end of the trailer, Pyra and Mythra encounter Shulk at Gower Plains. When Shulk says he never expected to see them again, this references how Shulk and Fiora were special DLC characters in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, part of the Battle Challenge mode. Pyra and Mythra coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as a 2-in-1 transformation fighter is proving to be pretty exciting. Both of them look fun to try out, and I'm looking forward to learning more from the eventual Sakurai Presents before they release next month. But what do you guys think? Did you notice something we didn't? Let us know your thoughts down below. Once again, I want to give a special shout out to my friends Liam and TJ for all the help they provided with this analysis. With that, thank you all so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe to Game Explained for more on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and other things from the recent Nintendo Direct. Check out the videos to the right for more content you may be interested in. Until next time, farewell.